A Sufi Message of Spiritual Liberty. Hazrat Inayat Khan. Sufic Training. The Murshid prefers a murid whose mind is unembarrassed with other methods of training, who is free from worldly considerations, and is possessed of wholehearted perseverance, and capable of committing himself with perfect faith and devotion to the guidance of his Murshid. The practice of harmony and temperance is essential, but the Murshid never prescribes for his murids the ascetic life. Rather, it is a peculiarity of the Sufic training that the murid is quickened to appreciate and enjoy the world more than others. The Murshid at first creates divine love in the murid, which, in the course of time, develops and purifies his heart so much as to permit the virtues of humanity to develop freely of themselves. He then receives more and more divine wisdom from the appointed channel, and at last arrives at complete self-realization. There is no common course of study for murids. Each receives the special training best adapted to meet his requirements. In other words, the Murshid, as a spiritual physician, prescribes a suitable remedy for curing every murid. There is no limit of time for the advancement to a certain degree. To one, realization may come the moment after initiation. To another, it may not be vouchsafed during the whole life. It depends upon nothing but the mercy of Allah, whomever He may kindly choose for it. Quran. Still, there is hope of success. Whoever walks one step toward the grace of Allah, the divine mercy walks forward 10 steps to receive him. Quran. Manifestation. The only being has manifested himself through 7 different planes of existence to accomplish his desire of being recognized. Tanzi. 1. Zat, the unmanifested. 2. Ahadiyat, plane of eternal consciousness. 3. Vahdat, plane of consciousness. 4. Validanist, plane of abstract ideas. Tashbih. 5. Arwah, the spiritual plane. 6. Ajsam, the astral plane. 7. Insan, the physical plane. There are again 7 aspects of manifestation. 1. Sitara, planetary. 2. Mahtab, lunar. 3. Aftab, solar. 4. Madaniyat, mineral kingdom. 5. Nabatat, vegetable kingdom. 6. Haywanat, animal kingdom. 7. Insan, human kingdom. Insan, being the ideal manifestation, recognizes Allah by the knowledge of his own self. Man reaches this perfection by development through 5 grades of evolution, as 1. Nasut, material plane. 2. Malakut, mental plane. 3. Jabrut, astral plane. 4. Lahut, spiritual plane. 5. Hahut, plane of consciousness. Each grade of development prepares a person for a higher one, and perfects him in 5 different grades of humanity as 1. Adam, the ordinary man. 2. Insan, the wise man. 3. Weli, the holy man. 4. Kutub, the saint. 5. Nabi, the prophet. There are 5 natures corresponding to the 5 grades. 1. Amara, one who acts under the influence of his senses. 2. Lawama, one who repents for his follies. 3. Mutmena, one who considers before taking action. 4. Alima, one who thinks, speaks, and acts aright. 5. Salima, one who sacrifices himself for the benefit of others. The illustration of the planes of Uruj and Nuzul, evolution and involution. Zat, unmanifested. Ahadiyat, consciousness. Vahdat, sound. Valdaniat, light. Arwah, spirit. Ajsam, astral. Insan, physical plane. Matter, nasut. mental, malakut, astral, diabraut, spirit, lahut, consciousness, hahut, zat. All planes of existence consist of vibrations from the finest to the grossest kind. The vibrations of each plane have come from a higher one and have become grosser. Whoever knows the mystery of vibrations indeed knows all things. Vibrations are of 5 different aspects, appearing as the 5 elements. 1. Nur, ether. 2. Bod, air. 3. Atish, fire. 4. Ab, water. 5. Kak, earth. In relation to these elements, mankind has 5 senses and organs. Basarat, sense of sight, the eyes. Sama'at, sense of hearing, the ears. Naghat, sense of smelling, the nose. Lazat, sense of taste, the tongue. Mus, sense of touch, the skin. Through these senses and different organs of the mental and physical existence, the Ruh, soul, experiences life, and when the Ruh receives the highest experience of all phases of existence by the favor of the Murshid, then will he have that peace and bliss, the attainment of which is the only object of manifestation. Interest and indifference. Interest results from ignorance, and indifference results from wisdom. Still, it is not wise to avoid interest as long as we are in the world of illusion. It is the interest of God which has been the cause of all creation and which keeps the whole universe in harmony. But one should not be completely immersed in phenomena, but should realize oneself as being independent of interests. The dual aspect of the only being, in the form of love and beauty, has glorified the universe and produced harmony. He who arrives at the state of indifference without experiencing interest in life is incomplete and apt to be tempted by interest at any moment. But he who arrives at the state of indifference by going through interest really attains the blessed state. Perfection is reached not through interest alone, nor through indifference alone, but through the right experience and understanding of both. Spirit and matter. According to the scientific standpoint, spirit and matter are quite different from each other, but according to the philosophical point of view, they are one. Spirit and matter are different, just as water is different from snow. And again, they are not different, as snow is nothing other than water. When spiritual vibrations become more dense, they turn into matter, and when material vibrations become finer, they develop into spirit. For a Sufi, at the beginning of his training, the spiritual life is desirable, but after mastering it, material and spiritual lives become the same to him, and he is master of both. The heart and soul. Man's heart is the throne of God. The heart is not only a physical organ, but is also the function of feeling, placed in the midst of the body and soul. The heart of flesh is the instrument which first receives the feeling of the soul and transmits its effect through the whole body. There are 4 aspects of the heart as 1. Arash, the exaltation of the will. 2. Kursi, the seat of justice and distinctions. 3. Lu, the fount of inspiration. 4. Kalam, the source of intuition. Breath keeps body, heart, and soul connected. It consists of astral vibrations and has much influence upon the physical and spiritual existence. The first thing a Sufi undertakes in order to harmonize the entire existence is the purification of the heart. Since there is no possibility of the heart's development without devotion, the Murshid makes a faithful Murid Sahibi Dil as the easiest and most ideal way of development. Intellect and wisdom. Intellect is the knowledge obtained by experience of names and forms. Wisdom is the knowledge which manifests only from the inner being. For acquiring intellect, one must delve into studies, but to obtain wisdom, nothing but the flow of divine mercy is needed. It is as natural as the instinct of swimming to the fish, or as flying to the bird. Intellect is the sight which enables one to see through the external world, but the light of wisdom enables one to see through the external into the internal world. Wisdom is greater and more difficult to attain than intellect, piety, or spirituality. Dreams and inspirations. Dreams and inspirations are open proofs of the higher world. The past, present, and future are frequently seen in a dream and may also be revealed through inspiration. The righteous person sees more clearly than the unrighteous. There are 5 kinds of dreams. 1. Khayali, in which the actions and thoughts of the day are reproduced in sleep. 2. Kalbi, in which the dream is opposite to the real happening. 3. Nakshi, in which the real meaning is disguised by a symbolic representation which only the wise can understand. 4. Ruhi, in which the real happening is literally shown. 5. Elhami, in which divine messages are given in letters or by an angelic voice. Dreams give sometimes clearly, sometimes in a veiled form, warnings for coming dangers and assurance of success. The ability to be conscious of dreams and their meaning varies with the degree of development attained. Dreams have their effect sooner or later, according to the stars in which they take place. The dream seen at midnight is realized within 1 year, and the dream of the latter part of night within 6 months. The dream of the early morning is realized soon after. At the same time, the manifestation of dreams is subject to qualification according to the good or bad actions of the dreamer. Inspirations are more easily reflected upon spiritual persons than material ones. Inspiration is the inner light which reflects itself upon the heart of man. The purer the heart is from rust, as a clean mirror, the more clearly inspiration can be reflected in it. To receive inspirations clearly, the heart should be prepared by proper training. A heart soiled with rust is never capable of receiving them. There are 5 kinds of inspiration. 1. Elham-e-ilm, inspiration of an artist and scientist. 2. Elham-e-husn, inspiration of a musician and poet. 3. Elham-e-ishq, inspiration of a devotee. 4. Elham-e-ruh, inspiration of a mystic. 5. Elham-e-gaib, inspiration of a prophet. Inspirations are reflected upon mankind in 5 ways. 1. Kushud der Khiyal, in the wave of thought. 2. Kushud der Hal, in emotions and feelings. 3. Kushud der Jamal, in the sufferings of the heart. 4. Kushud der Jalal, in the flow of wisdom. 5. Kushud der Kamal, in the divine voice and vision. Sorti are born with their inspirational gift, and to some it appears after their development. The higher the development in spirituality, the greater the capacity for inspiration, yet the gift of inspiration is not constant. As the saying of Muhammad declares, "Inspirations are enclosed as well as disclosed at times. They appear according to the will of Allah, the only knower of the unknown."